Okay, bring it in. Let's have a little pep talk and get you out on your way, going towards your big goals and dreams so much faster with ease, flow, and fun, and you're enjoying the process. My opinion is, why go for big goals and dreams if you're not going to enjoy the process? Because life is so short, and if you're miserable during, it's just like, why? It's not worth it. There's so many other options. Like, you don't have to hustle and grind and exhaust yourself and, hate yourself and all. Like, there's so many other ways, and I really strive to embody that, like the opposite of that, and show you what else you can do, and you can still get to big goals and dreams. And I think more of that is needed in the world. So like, I'm counting on you to do this with me. But this has been something that has been life-changing for me. So if you are an overthinker, if you are a perfectionist, you are going to love this video. Like, this video, like, my heart is beating so fast because I really believe that this could change your life. It is so easy to overthink, to stall, to worry, right? These things are a habit. I always get emotional when I'm not prepared for it, but like, I grew up being reinforced that being a perfectionist is not safe, right? I got scolded for wanting to do a good job, wanting to go the extra mile, like in so many different chapters of my life. Like, it just kept coming up and coming up. And so therefore it has not felt safe to be a perfectionist. And so that is challenging, because if it doesn't feel safe to be a perfectionist, then you'll overthink. Because if you're like, is this offer good enough to put out in the world, right? Like, have I put enough time into it? Or maybe I've put too much time into it, right? And so if you don't feel safe feeling a perfectionist, you also don't feel safe with anything else. And that's one of the main causes of overthinking, is you don't feel like it's good enough. But you also worry, if you try to make it good enough, that you're going to get scolded for making it good enough. And so you feel like you're already losing. And so when your brain does not feel safe, it will self-sabotage. And I really do believe, unfortunately, self-sabotaging is a habit. And we do it because we're trying to keep us safe. And logically, we know that that's not true. It's like, well, of course I want to go towards my big goals and dreams. Of course I don't want to self-sabotage. And that's what can become super frustrating, because you desire the thing, but then your brain is getting in the way, and then you're exhausting yourself, but then you don't feel safe. And so it just creates this vicious tornado. And that's what I want to talk about, because I found what has really, truly, legitimately supported me to get out of that vicious tornado. And it does feel like a tornado. Like, if you have felt like a recovering perfectionist, even a people pleaser, like, I think all of these are connected. People pleaser, perfectionist, overthinker, all of these have very common traits, common behaviors. They stem from lots of different chapters in your life. And so then they continue to carry on, right? And until a habit is broken, it will continue to repeat. No matter what business you do, no matter what job you go to, no matter what relationship you are in, whether it's intimate or professional relationships, your health and fitness, like, this type of habit of overthinking, becoming or being a perfectionist, or worrying that you're a perfectionist, and people pleasing, and all of those, right? Like, they will just continue to become a stronger and stronger tornado that completely demolishes your wealthiest, healthiest, happiest life. because the stronger it gets, the harder it is to break the cycle. So, what has really supported me was a term called ruminating. So when you are with your thoughts and no one is around you, and you're just ruminating about different things. The word ruminating, I learned from a therapist, and typically it has a negative connotation to it, right? Like you ruminate about certain situations that are in the past that you're like, oh, I could have done that better, or oh, I really wanted that to go better, or I regret that, right? Or you overthink and you worry, and then you can also ruminate about the future too. And so typically ruminating has a very negative, heavy energy around it. But this is what's so exciting. This is so exciting, my friends. If you know of anyone that is going through this, please share this video with them. Like you can literally privately share it with them, because I know this is a sensitive subject, but like I'm telling you, this has been like life altering for me. And it's just been very organic, but I'm a sharer by nature, and like I am fundamentally different, internally different. And so much is still the same in my life, but like there's so much rewiring that has gone on in my brain, and just even a short amount of time, because of the shift that I'm going to teach you. And anyone I do believe can do this. If you are willing, you can do this. I really do believe that. It can take some practice, but since ruminating is a habit, right? This is the most exciting thing. So people struggle with breaking habits because if you don't replace a habit with something new, you are a creature of habit, truly. Like you typically like sit in the same spot at different restaurants, right? Like you order the same food, you drive to and from locations in the same route, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you get coffee, right? Like we have routines, we have habits, and we truly do love habits. Our brain loves habits because habits are predictable, and your brain, more than anything, more than happiness, more than money, more than joy, your brain, not you, not your soul, not your heart, not you, but your brain, your operating system loves predictability. It is what it thrives on. And so if you find yourself, which most people do, if you're being honest with yourself, if you find yourself ruminating all day, every day about so many different things. Maybe you're overthinking your business. Maybe you're beating yourself up about your body. This is what ruminating is, right? It's just your thoughts, your negative thoughts swirling and swirling and swirling, creating that vicious tornado. How you view yourself is how the world sees you. So it does not surprise me that my business is skyrocketing because I see myself so differently. I show up differently. I think differently. I move differently. And it's insanely powerful. And like, you can't want to do it just for that reason. Like, even if everything stayed the same, but I feel happier, I'm all for that. Like, that's the goal here, right? Like, everything else is like icing and sprinkles on the cake, of your life. But like, you being happy is my top priority. Then we add everything else, right? So since the habit, I'm going to stop walking here for a second, so I can like look you in the eye, say, I love you. I love you. But since the habit is ruminating, right? The negative thoughts swirling and swirling and swirling and swirling, we're not going to, like, you just telling yourself, stop doing that doesn't work. It would have already worked. Trust me, I tried many times. So what you're going to start doing is you're going to start ruminating about really exciting, happy things. I have been doing this consistently for 10 days. So anytime I think of a negative thought about myself or a situation or my past, I immediately swap it. Like, I swap it with, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for our beach vacation. I'm loving how my butt is looking. Like, I'm having so much energy with a new supplement that I'm on. My team is amazing. I start to create and continue, because I've been doing it continuously. I'm doing it and creating a positive tornado. And I've been doing this consistently for 10 days. And just in 10 days, like, wow. It can happen so fast. Because guess what? You start, like, it's truly a habit, right? Like, habits do take time, but you can start to reap the rewards of positive habits pretty quickly. Like, if you start moving like steps, you'll start feeling better immediately. If you start drinking more water, pretty instantly you'll start feeling better, because you're flushing toxins out of your body. When you like listen to music, like, everything we do is a habit that we're choosing, and it's either working towards our happiest, healthiest, wealthiest life, or keeping us stagnant or moving us further away. So you hold so much power, and you can decide at any moment, do I want to stay in the negative, heavy, vicious tornado, or do I want to start ruminating about really happy, positive things that are actually in my control, that I want to create, right? Like, the sky looks so pretty. I wonder if I can show you. Doesn't it look so beautiful? Right there for you. We have so much choice. So much choice. No matter the situation we're in, there's always choice. I have been in a hospital room with a mother that her child is getting chemotherapy, and she's on her laptop working her business, checking in with her child, making sure that they're getting their chemotherapy, asking me how I'm doing, right? If you don't know my past life, I, for 10 years, built a nonprofit organization for pediatric cancer families. And so I witnessed some of the most strongest women going through the hardest time that chose a positive outlook. Some parents that even lost their child started to immediately raise money for other families, do a memorial walk, right? Like, and they had every right to like stay in a negative tornado and kick and scream, and no one would have made them feel bad. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad right now for if you are in a negative tornado. Like, you're allowed to be there. Like, my kids have moments, I have moments, right? But the goal is that the negative tornado is like teeny tiny, and it doesn't become this big, vicious, heavy, scary thing that is completely taking over every facet of your life. Because no matter what, if we don't change the tornado, nothing really will change. You can hop to different businesses, you can hop to different careers, like, you can hop to different relationships, you can hop and move houses, right? Like, because you're always with you. Like, at the end of the day, you're with yourself forever. You're married to you, and you might as well be like in the best relationship with yourself, since you're always with you. And like, it is a process, but I'm telling you, instead of shaming yourself of having those thoughts, you swapping them and continuing to ruminate, but ruminate about positive things. Like, I would love to hear, like, if you're going to do this, even privately, so that way I can like cheer you on. But even in 10 days of consistently doing it, like, every time I even like lay my head down on my pillow to go to bed, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. Like, I visualize a financial goal that I'm going for. I'm just like hugging my husband. Like, I'm finding things to ruminate about, to be in the energy of, that actually make me happy, that make me excited, that make me feel grateful, that make me feel like I am worthy, that make me feel abundant. Giving for me is a big part of my positive tornado. And like, that was already happening before the 10 days, but I noticed that my mind was still playing tricks on me, because I'm like, wow, like, so many good things are happening. And I was catching my brain being like, you know, are you going to be able to handle all this success? Like, you know, you've burned out in the past. What's going to be different now? So it doesn't surprise me. I'm like going through the jungle again. It doesn't surprise me on July 1st. I woke up and I was like, I'm shutting this down. Like, I'm shutting this down. This is my time to shine. This is my winning season. My family is counting on me. I'm counting on me. Women are counting on me. Like, the only option is to rise. And I'm not going to allow my negative ruminating to stop me. And so I promised myself I would do it with love. So I started the 10,000 steps a day. I started talking about it. I continued to do everything that was working for me in June. And anytime I have a negative thought, I completely swap it. And like, the positive tornado is just moving so fast. It is getting so much stronger. Everything is working. Everything is connecting. Anytime it feels like it's not, I just pause, like the tornado pauses, and I take a deep breath and I pick a new thought, right? And then the tornado continues. So like, this is such an act of discipline more than anything else, because your subconscious brain controls 90 to 95% of your actions. So you shaming yourself for having negative thoughts only actually is feeding the negative subconscious beliefs, truly, because you're beating yourself up, which is just re-anchoring, like, yeah, we're shitty, like, we can't do this, right? So like, the shaming is actually feeding the negative tornado, the negative beliefs. Any negative energy around you is also feeding all of those negative beliefs, negative subconscious, the negative tornado. And so it can take years and years and years of therapy to heal. And I highly recommend, you know, whether you do therapy on your own with books and journaling, or you go to a licensed therapist or a counselor, highly recommend it. That also can feel so heavy to a lot of people, because they're like, I don't want to unpack all of that. And I heard something the other day that really resonated with me. And it was Angie Lee, if you know her. And she said, what if we didn't have to go through all the pain and agony of the past, and we could still heal, but do it from a positive space? And I can't recall anyone saying that perspective ever. Maybe I just didn't have, you know, maybe I had my earmuffs on. So I've gone through years and years of so many different types of therapy, so many journaling, so much books, like you name it, and I probably have done it, and it has helped. So I don't want to discredit that process. But hearing her say, like, what if we could dance? What if we could connect with other women that are high vibe? Well, like, what if you could listen to music and eat good food and like speak belief into yourself? Like, that can actually also just as equally heal you, support you. And it just invigorated me, and really resonated with me, because I'm like, that excites me way more. If we know things are going to be painful, we typically avoid them, which isn't helping our situation either, right? And so this goes so beautifully with that perspective of like, let's create the most powerful, strongest tornado that is so positive, that is so uplifting. You're like scooping up as many people to come in to the positive tornado, that want to be in the positive tornado, and you're just like a force to be reckoned with, and you are moving and grooving and loving your life. Like, you're loving your life. I have found, even being home for like about a month with my kids, just being with them more, although there's moments that it's hard, has healed me in ways I can't even describe. Like, children are very intuitive. They are very like they come to us to like get regulated, but I think that they have just such a strong spirit about themselves that can truly help us too, in so many beautiful ways. And so when the subconscious is running the show and it's not working for you, you creating the most positive tornado will start to override that subconscious so much easier, truly, because your brain, again, we'll go back to the beginning, your brain loves predictability more than anything. So when you can get in such a habit of positively ruminating and backing it up with positive actions, right? Like, I'm not just speaking belief, I'm legitimately like walking the walk in so many different ways. It's a both and for sure. Oh, it'll supercharge everything for you. Truly. Like, we think that we're missing something. We think that there's this secret that we aren't aware of. But really, like, if you look in the mirror, it's you. Like, you hold the power. You hold the secrets to everything that you desire. And when we can step into consistent, positive, healthy, wealthy habits and pair that with positive ruminating, which is a daily, a minute by minute choice, truly. Like, as you're watching this video, I can almost guarantee you feel a different way than if you were watching something sad, right? And you chose to watch this video, or you chose to listen to this audio if you're listening on our podcast. Every minute is a choice. And I don't want that to like stress you out, but just be more intentional about it. Like, be more intentional. I've had to be super intentional with 10,000 steps a day, which I've never done for 30 days, ever, in my whole entire life. Like, I'm sure without tracking, I've done well. Like, I've, for many years, I love health and fitness, but I can't tell you for a fact that I've done 10,000 steps 30 days in a row. But at the end of July, I'll be able to tell you. And it's because I'm so aware of it, and I'm so intentional that, like, I'm making it happen. I'm checking my Apple Watch. I enrolled my husband. I've been talking about it in my stories. People have been joining me. I've been inspiring people to do it too, right? Like, how fantastic is that? Because of an idea that I had on July 1st. I just decided. I am just a normal person, just like you. It is a decision, minute by minute by minute. It is meeting yourself where you're at. You do not have to have it all figured out. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to have a certain amount of money in the bank account. You don't have to have a certain amount of followers, a certain amount of time. Whatever you have, we use what you have. That is one of my favorite sayings. We use what we have. We use the knowledge that you have, the energy that you have, the time that you have, the resources that you have, the positivity that you have, and we just continue to build on all of that, right? Like, everything grows when you water it, right? Like, when you nurture it, when you pay attention to it. Like, think about some of your best relationships that you have. It's because you're checking in. It's because you want it to work. It's because you love that person. And so when we can do similar things with ourselves and continue to get better and check in and, pay attention to ourselves and nurture ourselves and grow and just treat ourselves like the best relationship, all of that will be overflowing to every aspect of your life, every aspect of your business, even if you don't have a business yet. Maybe you'll start one. Maybe you'll go in and ask for a raise, right? Like, your happiest, healthiest, wealthiest self is so much closer than you think. And as I've been positively ruminating consistently, right? Like, I've always been a very positive person, but our subconscious is really powerful, right? And so it can do powerful things to continue the predictability. It does not want to be unsafe. So the positive ruminating consistently, every night when I lay my head down on my pillow, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is happening so much faster. I'm so excited, right? And my brain's like, oh, okay, like, cool, this is happening, right? And in real time, I'm regulating myself. I'm getting more excited. I then open up my eyes to more possibilities. I then take action on said possibilities, and we're going to continue to move forward. Positively ruminating, backing it up with positive actions over and over and over every single day. Typically, you don't take a day off from the people that you love, right? Like if your significant other needed something on a Saturday or a Sunday, or your kids, you wouldn't be like, I'm sorry, like it's Saturday, it's Sunday, like I'm on a break, right? So like for sure, take a break from your business, take a break from your day job, but don't take a break from you, right? Like pour more into you. Step up your game. Demand excellence of yourself. I continue to do things on the weekends because I know that that's what I need. So it's not like I'm not doing it from shame. I'm not doing it from guilt. I'm doing it because I'm demanding excellence of myself and I want to rise. I am rising. I want to rise and I don't want to do it alone. So let me know that you're with me, whether you say it on this video or you DM me so I can cheer you on. But I'm telling you, this will bless your life in so many ways if you let it. And again, like you'll have the negative thought, but then you'll immediately swap it and back it up with action. And that's still building the habit. So it's not having the thought, it's choosing to not continue the thought, right? And then you swap it and then you take an aligned action and you're determined to continue to do that, just like I am with the 10,000 steps. I will not stop. I don't want to stop. I will not stop. I've already decided. And that is like when a woman decides, she is a force to be reckoned with. It is when we're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, that it makes it hard to really move forward with ease, flow, and fun. And so we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. That ends now. So let me know how I can help you. Let me know that you're in the positive tornado with me. And let's just make it stronger and stronger together.